Hey guys, welcome! We're kicking off a quick series with Unity 6.2. Let's start! Today, we're building a super simple pickup system. Think coins or any collectible. When the player grabs one, we'll play a sound, pop a little visual effect, and add it to the count. Easy, clean, beginner-friendly. Let's jump in! Alright, let's open the project from the previous video. This setup works in any fresh project too, so you can follow along wherever. I'm grabbing a coin model from Sketchfab. You can use any you like. Download the FBX, unzip it, you'll see a source folder, the model, and a textures folder, the images. Back in Unity, make a folder called Imported Game Assets. And drop the whole coin pack in there. Open source, drag the coin model into the scene. If it comes in as a prefab, unpack it so we can edit the parts separately. The size is off. I'll fix the scale so it looks right in the scene. Set it back to 1 on XYZ so we're not at some weird 100 scale. Now materials. Create a material for each coin. Assign the textures from the pack, tweak smoothness metallic a bit, and boom, nice shiny coins. Make a prefabs folder, drag both coins into it to save prefabs. I'll pull one prefab back into the scene so we can set up the pickup. Next up, collisions, so Jimmy can collect them. On the coin, add a box collider and tick IsTrigger. Why? Because we don't want physics pushing the player around. We just want a, hey, the player touched me event. Triggers are perfect for that. Now add a rigid body to the coin. Alright, coding time. First, in the project window, I'm making a new folder called scripts to keep things tidy. Inside it, I'm creating a new C# script called pickup. This script is for the coin, and it will handle the pickup logic. Unity compiles it. Cool. Now, I'll drag the pickup script onto the coin prefab that's sitting in the scene, so the coin actually uses it. I'll open the script in my editor. I'm using Visual Studio 2022, but you can use any editor you like. Don't worry, I'll explain everything, and we'll keep it super simple. No scary code. I'm going to delete start and update because we don't need them for this. We're only reacting when the player touches the coin. Here's our tiny script. Let me explain that line by line. OnTriggerEnter runs automatically when something enters the coin's trigger collider. We don't call it, Unity does. ColliderOther is just who touched the coin. If other.compareTagPlayer means only do this if the thing that touched me has the tag player. So random stuff won't trigger it. Inside the if, debug.log quote coin collected end quote prints a message in the console so we can see it's working. Destroy.gameObject removes the coin from the scene, like picked up, gone. Save the script, hop back to Unity. Now select your player, Jimmy, and in the inspector, set his tag to player from the dropdown. That's important for the compare tag check to pass. Hit play and open the console tab so you can see logs. Oh wow, the coins fell through the ground. That's because the coin has a rigid body and U's gravity is pulling it down. We don't want physics for the coin, we just want a trigger. So on the coin's rigid body, set IsKinematic to on, or uncheck gravity. Kinematic means don't simulate physics, just exist so triggers work. Hit play again. Nice! Now, when Jimmy touches the coin, you should see coin collected in the console, and the coin disappears. Cool. Cool. Next, let's make a super simple UI that shows how many coins we've picked up. In the hierarchy, right-click, UI, Canvas. Name it UI_Canvas. If TextMeshPro gives you a prompt, just import the TMP Essentials. Now, right-click the canvas, UI, TextMeshPro text, and name it CoinCountText. Set the text to 0, bump the font size up so it's readable, set alignment to center, and anchor it to the top left so it stays in place. Position it a bit so you can see it in game view. Change the font if you want a nicer look, totally up to you. To update this number, we'll make a tiny manager that keeps the coin count and updates the text. In the hierarchy, create an empty game object. Name it PickupManager, reset its transform, and add a new script called PickupManager. Double-click to open it. At the top of the file, under Using Unity Engine, add Using TMPro. Lets us talk to TextMeshPro UI. Explain time. Coin text is a reference to our TMP text in the canvas. We'll drag the UI text into this field in the inspector. Coins is just a number we're keeping, how many we picked up. AddCoin_IntAmount is a public function we can call from the coin. It adds to the total and updates the UI label. All right, let's hop into the pickup script. We're going to keep this super simple. First, I'm adding 2 serialized fields at the top so we can set things in the inspector. A PickupManager reference so the coin can tell the manager to update the UI, and an int for how many points this pickup gives. Quick explanation, line by line. Lets us set values in the inspector without making them public. Manager is the object in the scene that updates our UI. Amount is how many points this pickup gives. 1 for a normal coin, maybe 3 for a star coin. OnTriggerEnter runs automatically when something touches our trigger collider. Compare tag player makes sure only the player collects the coin. Manager add coin, amount tattable, increases the score and updates the text. Destroy game object removes the coin so it looks collected. Save that, jump back to Unity. On the PickupManager object, drag your coin count text into the manager's coin text field. On the coin prefab, drag your PickupManager into the manager slot. Set amount tatum to 1 for the normal coin, 3 for the special coin, the star coin. Hit play, collect a normal coin, UI shows 1. Collect a star coin, it adds 3 more and shows 4. Nice. Now, let's make these coins feel alive. Gentle spin, gentle up-down. For that, let's create a new script called ObjectRotator and add it to your coin. We'll build it in 2 tiny steps. Step 1, just spin. We add a public float variable named spin speed and set it to 90. This is our rotation speed in degrees per second, and it shows up in the inspector so we can tweak it. We leave a note. We're spinning around the Z-axis. If your model needs Y, swap to Y. We rotate the object. Add spin speed times delta time degrees to Z each frame. Time delta time keeps it frame rate independent, so it spins the same at 30 frames per second or 120 frames per second. Back in Unity, add ObjectRotator to both coins. Hit play. Now tweak spin speed live. 180 spins faster. "500 is wild, 0 stops it. 10 is slow and chill. Step 2, add up-down motion. We'll remember the starting height, then use a sine wave to nudge it up and down. Note, if your coin jiggles weirdly, like mine, double-check that you used up-down speed in the sine, not spin speed. Once that's set, it should look smooth. All right, save the script, hop back into Unity, and hit play. Awesome! Now let's add some juice. A little VFX, a pickup sound, and a cleaner UI. I'm using a few free packs from the asset store, but you can use anything you like. First, I'll quickly tidy up the UI so it looks nicer. Small background, cleaner font, and the coin icon next to the number. Done. Now for the VFX. we'll update the pickup script so it can spawn a visual effect when the coin is collected. Super simple. We'll drop in a VFX prefab and a spawn point and pop it right where the coin is. After a moment, we'll auto-despawn the effect so it doesn't hang around. Now, we need VFX to assign in the field. Let's find the VFX in the folders. Okay, I'll use this yellow flash particle effect. I'll drag the VFX prefab into the scene. And now, in my prefabs folder, I'll make two folders, one for pickup prefabs and one for VFX prefabs. Okay. I will unpack the flash yellow prefab to keep the original safe. Position it near the coin. Reduce its all component size to 0.3. And now, drop it into the VFX prefab folder. Okay, now I will drag the prefab we just made onto the coin's pickup VFX field. Now, we'll add a spawn point to our coins. For that, we'll add an empty child game object to our coin. Name it VFX spawn point, reset its position, rotate it -90 on the x-axis, drag the spawn point onto the coin, save, hit play, and wow! Okay, there is an error we will fix. But first, the VFX size is a little bit big. Let's fix it. Reduce it down to 0.1. Save, hit play, and it looks good. Now let's see. We get the error as soon as we pick the coin and particle spawn. And the error is that the asset is being destroyed. To fix that, let's head back to the pickup script, and we just need to update our code a little bit. We'll assign the spawn VFX to a game object and destroy that game object. Finally, we'll add a pickup sound so it feels snappy when you grab a coin. Two fields in the script: audio source and an audio clip. Great work today! Part 2 is light, quick, and boom! Your system gets super flexible. Hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you in Part 2. Bye!